Hello friends, our today's topic is Discount and Finance House of India. Now let me give a short review on what is DFHI. It was set up in March 1988 by Reserve Bank of India jointly with public sector banks and all Indian financial institutions to develop the money market and to provide liquidity to the market and its instruments. DFHI basically mobilizes the funds, resources from commercial cooperative banks, financial institutions and corporate entities having lendable resources which are pooled and lent in money market. The instruments which are individually may not represent tradable volumes in wholesale market can be traded with DFHI. Now let us see what we are going to learn in this session. The objectives of our learning are: we are going to understand the need for establishing role and functioning of various instruments that are traded on DFHI. This session will include the following contents, as you can have a look the contents given below. It starts with history, objectives, CS account, money market instruments, roles, and who can deal with DFHI, and lastly the conclusion. Now, what is the history of DFHI? DFHI was set up in March 1988 by Reserve Bank of India jointly with public sector banks and all India financial institutions to develop the money market and to provide liquidity to money market instruments as a sequel to Vogel Working Group recommendation. It was incorporated on March 8 with the Companies Act 1956 with authorized capital of rupees 100 crore, subscribed by RBI, public sector banks and all Indian financial institutions. With the introduction of new money market instruments such as certificate of deposit and commercial paper, DFHI began dealing in this instrument as well. With effect from 1992 to 1933, DFHI was authorized to deal in government-dated securities. After DFHI was accredited as a primary dealer in February 1996, its operation significantly increased, particularly in treasury bills and government-dated securities. During this year, DFHI was opened its branches at Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Chennai, New Delhi, and very recently at Hyderabad, with a view to catering to requirement of small and medium-sized institutions operating in these centers, and at the same time integrating the markets at these regional centers with main money market at Mumbai. Now let us see what are the objectives of DFHI. To even out the liquidity imbalances in the banking system, that is to balance the demand with supply for short-term finance in the money market, and also to promote secondary market in short-term money market instruments, that is to be an active trader in money market instruments rather than mere repository, and thereby improve liquidity to short-term money market instruments, and also to integrate this market at regional centers with the main market at Mumbai through its network. It also provides the safe and risk-free short-term investment avenues to institutions. It begins an institution promoted by public sector banks, financial institutions and RBI, enjoys excellent credit rating in the market. It also provides greater liquidity to money market instruments and facilitates money market transaction for small and medium-sized institutions who are not regular participants in the market. Hence, lastly, it provides the main important function that constitute SDL account facility, which enables even those entities which otherwise do not have SDL account facility with RBI to reap the full benefit of investing the government securities. Now, let us understand what is constituent SDL. DFHI has opened a constituent SDL account with RBI according to the procedure laid down by RBI. Customers of DFHI can open constituent subsidiary general ledger accounts with DFHI. Here, SGL stands for the subsidiary general ledger account. It is a facility provided by RBI to large banks and financial institutions to hold their investment in government securities and treasury bills in the electronic book entry form. Such institutions can settle their trade for securities held in SGL through a delivery versus payment mechanism, which ensures movement of funds and securities simultaneously are transacted through this account. There is a list of several money market instruments of DFHI. DFHI deals in the following instruments products such as treasury bills, dated government securities, certificate of deposit, commercial papers called money. All these instruments are short-term instruments. It is a wholesale market for short-term debt instruments and parking place to employ short-term surplus funds. Let us have a look on role of Discount and Finance House of India in the Indian money market. Discount house plays a very important role in money market. The money market can function well if there is adequate supply of money. Discount house helps the money market to function smooth by providing the following services. The first one is external source of money supply. The central bank or the discount house provide finance to the commercial banks and other financial institutes operating in the money supply in various forms. The second one helps in smooth functioning of money market. Discount house helps in smooth functioning of money market by removing the irregularities in the process of handover of money among the intermediaries. It experience and experts in such job. Providing short-term loan. They provide short-term loan for various institutions, business houses and government can take loan from this institution for their urgent requirements such as paid at once, that is on demand. Money market money supplied to government or private enterprises. They not only provide loan to private enterprises but also supply money to the state government. It needed by taking deposit of bills of exchange, treasury bills and other valid document. The next is discounting and rediscounting of bill. That is the main function of DFHI. The RBI and the DFHI rediscount or discount the bills which have already been discounted by the commercial banks or other financial intermediaries. The next role, that is very basic need of establishing DFHI, is monetary stability. Discount house provides monetary stability in the money market. Shortage of liquid fund affects the stability of money markets severely. Whenever there is a shortage of fund, this institution brings or provide the funds liquidity in the money market. It is indispensable. Money is required for an activity. Since discount house provide money, they are indispensable for development of the economy. And lastly, the development of financial market. The discount house provide in both primary and secondary market. As a result, financial market is developed. Now there is a question, who can deal in or deal with DFHI? Individuals, corporate, regional rural banks, cooperative banks, provident fund, pension fund, gratuity fund, trust, insurance companies, mutual fund and banks can transact with DFHI with various financial instruments. Thank you friends for watching this video.